We are here today to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
So, Bitcoin is back in full force, back in the green, back to almost 67,000, and there's a reason for it. And today is the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. There will be a lot of important speakers that have the capacity to pump the price to even a new all-time high and maybe even beyond. So very, very high, and we are going to look today also at a couple of things that are happening in the world economy. Yesterday we saw trillions of dollars wiped out at the stock markets. Today we have a little bit of another picture, and we are going to talk also about Bitforex, what is happening there, because people have problems to get to their funds, and we are going to talk about Ecomi and Veve as always, so make sure to stay all the way through. So, good morning everyone to Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee obviously locked and loaded, ready to go. And guys, if you're with me, then smash up the like button right now to a new all-time high as well for the Bitcoin conference. If you're expecting great things, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Notifications on, so that you never miss when I go live. This is, by the way, the 6th live stream in this week. So we had actually more than one on one day when we did the Ecomi stream, and I think even on Sunday we had we had 7 or so, because we had an Altcoin live stream. So a lot of live streams here for you guys. I hope you appreciate that. And yeah, I see today it's a freaking Friday, guys. I thought that you were more animated or more motivated right now, but I only see G Money here in the chat bringing the coffee. And yeah, so let's without losing too much time, let's go into the stuff. By the way, I have one more thing. There is someone coming to my house, and I don't know the hour, to fix the dishwasher. It really sucks if the dishwasher is broken. So someone's coming to fix the dishwasher, and I don't know when. They said like between 8 and 5, right? Like 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. So it could happen everywhere and anywhere. So that means Crypto Morning Coffee could end sooner than expected. So because then I will have to go offline. Anyways, if that happens, don't be worried. It is just what it is. So let's talk about Bitcoin. So we see here actually that Bitcoin is, after falling through this support, it actually recovered everything and closed the daily candle above support and did a whole 6% move here to the upside. It found support here as expected on 65k. I already thought it would lose it and come back down. There would be good reason to come back down because there's a CME gap still open at lower levels. But now with Bitcoin Nashville being started, it is up again, and now we should really expect it to somewhere hit the, what is this here? So, like just under 70k at least. we should expect once the hour that Trump speaks is coming closer. Now we found out what what the symbol of Ethereum stands for, and yeah, so actually yesterday people were asking what is happening. I mean, Ethereum ETFs are there, Bitcoin ETFs are going crazy. Still the price is going down, right? And we will look a little bit at it again. But what basically happened was Tesla imploded, stocks imploded, ETFs, the ETH ETFs did suck after all. ETH imploded, therefore also imploded, and someone decided to dump BTC in low liquidity. Everything imploded. That's a summary of what happened yesterday. But now we know what the symbol is for. Probably that was the starting point of Vitalik. Now he's a billionaire. On another note, yesterday we saw many stocks being sold off, and interestingly, Warren Buffett sold a huge amount of Bank of America shares. And without going too deep, but basically his main holdings are these, right? So American Express, Apple, Bank of America, Coca-Cola, and Chevron. These make like 75% of the holdings of Berkshire. And this is interesting because American Express is like they are payment provider. They're not only credit card but payment provider. Apple has also payments, right? So all of these are basically have to do with payments. Bank of America as the only traditional bank in these top 5. So it's interesting. He sold off $1 billion worth of shares. So this is really crazy, right? So what does he know about the banking system of America? But on the other hand, he still holds like 30 billion worth of shares, and is even like a shareholder that has to disclose special things and I don't know what, because his holdings are so big. So maybe we are interpreting too much into this. But anyways, good morning, Chago. What is going on? Good to have you here on the stream. And then another one that is a little bit worrying, actually. I mean, we are all for liquidity coming back into the market, but this is a little bit worrying. So the China Central Bank surprises with lending at low rates. So they lowered the rates 2 times in 1 week. And this is not usually not the procedure. You lower the rates and then you see where it's going. So it seems that they are afraid that something really goes wrong in their economy. So they lowered the rate like 2 times in a very short time interval. Or someone forgot to lower the rates more. But this is definitely not the best of signs. Then, but on the other hand, it is going to increase liquidity. Speaking of liquidity, so this is the US liquidity versus the Bitcoin price. So we really see what, and we are here, right? So see this here left of my picture. This is where we are, and this is where you get this huge election liquidity spike, right? But I mean, this mega spike was driven by the sea crisis, yeah. But so you see here the blip of the sea crisis, and then the liquidity spike starts. But in any case, look for example, you don't need much liquidity, but look at the cycle of 2017. That is the liquidity bump that we had there, right? So I think there is still more coming, because I mean the rates are high, liquidity is not really there. So it could be really massive what could come, even with a slight blip here, right, to the upside. So we will see. But I still think that we are going to somewhat mimic this 2017 cycle, this part here. And that means that, maybe we need only such a trajectory here. And then also we see here for the first time in a long time, in the longer time since we had our correction and so on, we see the liquidity coming back into the stablecoin market. So we saw that there were a lot of, so whenever stable coins, like you have this here in comparison with the Bitcoin price, whenever people are loading into stable coins, then after a while they convert the stable coins into crypto and price goes up, number goes up. But here during this phase here, people were going out. You see basically here since this peak, people were going out of their stables and the Bitcoin price wasn't going up, which means that the stables were converted into something else outside of the crypto market. But now we have the reverse effect. So since a couple of days, basically, the stable amounts are increasing again. And that could be very short term. Also, yeah, you sell some Bitcoin into stables, but then at some point these stables flow back into the price when they are getting higher, and that is exactly what we're expecting here. Hey Justin, what is going on? A disclosure, crypto wants to shill Gary, not going to look at it here, you have to come to the altcoin streams. Fred Shu is here and says please send ETH back to 3K. Yeah, absolutely, this will happen very very soon. So let's look at what is going on at the Bitcoin conference, or better, what will be going on. So apparently 1:30 p.m. on Thursday, that is in the past. I don't know. I've not seen any information if BlackRock did say anything bullish or positive. I was scanning Twitter a little bit if we could find any video snippet, but so far I didn't. But today and tomorrow is really really bullish, right? So today at 2 p.m. That local time probably, Saylor is speaking, and then 3 p.m. directly followed up by Senator Loomis. So it's what is it, like Janice Loomis or something like that? So she is expected to announce the legislation or the legislation framework for the strategic reserve, like the proposal. And Saylor, like there's only one currency, the best currency and whatnot. So Saylor is going to be bullish as always, and then Loomis is going to follow it up, and then everyone is going to be hyped, and then you'll have like more like the freedom dudes here, like Snowden and RFK, Robert Kennedy. So they are going to finish that day off, and there are for sure other speakers that could be interesting. And then on Saturday, you'll have Max and Stacy. I don't know. I should know. Do I have to know who that is? But Trump is going to speak at 2 p.m. and then Vivek. So this is also going to be a big day. Overall, excuse me. Excuse me, my voice is a little bit rusty. Let me have a big sip of coffee. So overall, very bullish. By the way, 15 people here. Smash up the like button for the stream, pretty please, and also for the freaking Friday. And and who's not going to speak, obviously, is Kamala Harris. I don't know who invented this, but this doesn't make sense at all, since she is of the opinion that Bitcoin is for criminals, and that no one really that she's of the opinion that Bitcoin is for criminals, and she wouldn't really have, I mean, it would have been the perfect storm if she would have adopted the same narrative and every candidate is pro-Bitcoin and fighting for the Bitcoin implementation. Then you would have like the perfect game theory scenario. But this is not the case, so Kamala is not coming. She's going to be, that basically means she's going to be the less bullish crypto camp for sure, now guaranteed, right? Exactly, Justin. Trump is going to speak at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville, and everyone expects him to announce that if he's elected, that he's going to be or put out the that he's going to implement Bitcoin as a strategic reserve for the US, right? That is what is expected from him, and also his campaign staff. They announced that they are going to break the internet at Nashville. So we should have a closer eye on the price today. It's going to be interesting. But there's also something that could have influenced the price today, and that is this. And this is really weird. We need to talk about this, right? So Marathon, one of the bigger mining companies, we see here this big cooler, these containers, the mining rigs of Marathon that they can actually transport, which like, so they have them in like 40-foot sea containers here. And so it says here, Bitcoin miner Marathon Digital has purchased 100 million worth of BTC. So they're a miner, but they purchased BTC. They now hold over 20,000 BTC again. So usually the business of miners is they mine, and then at certain prices they dump it into the market, or they sell it off into the market, and they constantly sell something to fund their operations, but they sell at a premium, right? And ultimately the price was below the production price, and it still was yesterday, probably, if you see the fluctuations, probably the prices that you really need to sustain your operations is a little bit higher than 60K. So what did they do? They said, okay, you could either pump, let's say the price of production is 65K and Bitcoin was at 64K. So they could either pump $65,000 into electricity and whatever, like everything that the cost of operation is calculated, or they can just take 64K, have 1K left, so to say, per transaction, and buy a Bitcoin with it in the market to later then just take profit. And I think that's what they are doing. So this shows that Marathon is very strong, because we saw before the miner capitulation, which basically means that people had to, like miners had to shut down their equipment because it wasn't worth, like mining and selling wasn't worth it. But the Bitcoin miners that have larger reserves of cash, they can actually take advantage and buy the dip, and then they can sell it a little bit higher. So this is basically what I expect them to do, right? And yeah, so apparently they did it, and maybe they contributed to higher prices because of that. So this is interesting. And then also here's the next pension fund that is adopting Bitcoin. So Jersey City is going to buy Bitcoin for the city's pension fund, says the city mayor. So if the city mayor says that, announces that, that's probably a done deal. So, and probably they're already buying or something like that, right? But yeah, so they're going to do that. And then also, this is something that already happened 2 days ago or so, but I forgot to bring this in Crypto Morning Coffee. So Ferrari also knows that the Bitcoin run is starting to happen, and they accept now crypto payments in Europe. So why? Because all of these people that are sitting on bigger bags in the future, they will, if they can buy directly with crypto, they will have less hesitance to just buy a Ferrari with their crypto, right? Imagine you have a wallet full of any shitcoin. That shitcoin goes at 1000x, and then you convert it into ETH and Bitcoin, and you're sitting like on a ton of money. And this will happen to many people in the bull run, right? They hold whatever, like they hold crazy amounts of coins that they didn't even know that it will be crazy, right? And then they suddenly become rich. So Ferrari is preparing for this. The ultimate meme though would be if Lambo does the same thing. I think Lambo already accepts this, but they really need to accept this. And so that is happening as well. This is good for Bitcoin because it's Bitcoin adoption. And also, the ETFs were not, even with Grayscale, they were not the culprit of the sell-off. As we can see here, there are only 3 red days in the whole July of sell-offs, and July 23rd was the only day that had significant, like this is 13 and 20 million, and then you have massive inflows. And then you have 78 million basically outflow in one day. That is not the reason why the market did not do well. It was more like that some miners are still selling stuff. Marathon has been buying, yes, but miners, and then also it seems that retail is actually, some retailers are are selling as well. Yeah, so this is not. Can we add MC1 Common to the Degen wallet? Yeah, sure. We can The only way, the only reason, or the only way we can do that is on the altcoin stream. But for sure, if we are on the altcoin stream, then I will take this in that we want to have to allocate. I don't know how much is the MC1 comic at the moment. I mean, if it's somewhere in between $20 and $30, that's definitely a possibility. Yeah, and then the bull market hasn't started yet. So we see this here in the MVRVZ score, right? So MVRVZ score always does a massive spike in ratio once the price comes closer to the all-time high and once basically momentum is coming into the market. And we're nowhere near this, right? You see it here above my head. Actually, I will move it a little bit higher so that you can really see it in a good manner. Oh, by the way, the chat. I had the chat out from the last time here. Okay, so finally. So we see this. Actually, it was better like this for a second. So here we see that the score even reset a little bit, just like here, right? So we have this drawdown, and I mean, look at this and compare it with this in the 2000. So this is just a bigger scale, but you have these, like you had various dips here in the score, and it took a while until this really came into a super high territory, right? So we are not even close. Even this reset with these prices is just super bullish, because imagine we're going to have a spike in this territory, and here our bull run cut off. I said it many times. The central bank stepped in. They ended the party before it really started to avoid super hyperinflation or something like that. But in every other normal scenario where you have a little bit of a slower expansion, I think it's going to be wild. It's going to be massive, and we are some of the only ones, like with the other people that are longer in this market already, to say that. Because if you see these people in the comment section that sometimes pop up, there are people that see you in 4 years and the bull run is already over, that I am delusional, that there will be happening more for Bitcoin and altcoins and so on, right? So you have all these trolls and these fearful people in the chat, and that also shows you that it's that we're really not close to anywhere close to the top. We're really not anywhere close. Anyways, so yeah. Then let's check out how Bitcoin dominance reacted to this new spike up if we have a new high. So Bitcoin dominance is actually, yeah, I mean, it's now a little bit low because the altcoins are following this move, right? So we see this blip here on the 4-hourly, but overall, I mean, if we're looking at this from a weekly perspective, the week is closing in 2 days. We expect Bitcoin to rally more today and tomorrow. So we actually expect Bitcoin to rally because of all these speakers at Nashville conference. I think Nashville is for the next 2 days the dominant factor for what's going to happen for Bitcoin. And usually Bitcoin doesn't really move at weekends, because also the ETFs, today will be the last day that ETFs can buy, and then there's the weekend, and then next Monday it's going to resume again. But we are expecting Bitcoin to go a little bit higher. Then we close the month, and then the next month will be super hyper bullish, I believe. I mean, we don't know. If Trump doesn't say anything bullish today, it's going to be wild. So altcoins, and this is what we see here, altcoins also bounced here. They bounced here off of or reclaimed basically support, flipped this into support again, which was support before. Look at the confluence here of this level, right? So here, then flipped into support, and then here back tested on it, then here a lot of support, then we lost it for a brief moment, but looks more like a fake out. And then in the end, now we have reclaimed it, and basically we came, this is just ridiculous. It just refreshed on me, and now I cannot draw anymore. So and now we reclaimed it and bounced off of it. So this could be the moment where we turn around and go to 250 billion again market cap for the altcoin market. And as I said before in the last stream, so what is really the nice factor here that we had before, a simulation of what's going to happen if once this channel basically breaks out, right? And that is, so here we saw it, boom, right? So a massive spike after this channel broke out. How much was it from the point of breakout? That was a 84% move. And if it if the entire altcoin market except the top 10 moves 80%, right? That would bring us to, it's just under half a trillion, 420 billion or so. And when this happens, I mean, let's say this basically doubles, all altcoins will double if this happens. But if things like Toncoin, and I think Toncoin is in the top 10 even, so this is not in here, but let's say if things like Avalanche or Matic and so on, if they double, then certainly other coins will just do a 3 or 4x, right, in your portfolios, like the smaller coins. So easy peasy. Yeah, it will maybe take a while because the big caps move first, but so I would expect this to coincide with like next month somewhere if Bitcoin does a big move or so, right? I mean, there's also the chance that we are falling more, right? There is the chance to go more like this, because no one can guarantee that this is over, and no one can see if there are black swans coming. Excuse me, guys. I'm a little bit like nose is full and not the best feeling here for speaking. But anyways, let's look at the market just for a quick and brief second here. I will mute myself quickly to not give you the nice. Excuse me for a second. Okay, I hope it's better now. So this is not the best, but we are here every day to give you the crypto insights and what is happening in the market. So worth it, right? Anyways, Bitcoin up almost 5% in the last hours, and the altcoins, most of the altcoins not as up as much. So we see this, like the only one is Dogecoin, and it makes sense that Dogecoin is moving because some people say that Elon Musk will appear on Bitcoin Nashville, and it makes sense for him to appear there. He's probably a visitor, not a speaker, but if someone gives a microphone to him and he just says something like Doge into the microphone, it will pump. So people are speculating on this. I don't know if he really will appear. We don't know. But I think, I mean, it would make sense for him to appear. Yeah, then also ADA is moving, probably Charles Hoskinson also going to that conference, I don't know. And then let's see what else is moving in the last 24 hours. Rep BTC makes sense, right, because of BTC. OKB, no idea what's going on. Bitcoin Cash makes sense. So so you see here all eyes on Bitcoin, right? What is a big mover here is Uniswap, but that is more because they just had an announcement for some improvements on Uniswap. So that is definitely good. Then we have Monero, which also makes sense. Like Privacy Coin was born a little bit I don't know. It's already correcting though. Then Mantle is up 6%, and then here Stacks is up 10%. So also pretty good move here for today. By the way, there are we could also look at the crypto bubbles. The crypto bubbles, right? So we didn't look at the crypto bubbles since a long time, but here we see more what is really moving hard. So one thing that is moving hard is Helium. Helium is up 22%. This is crazy on the week. So let's look at the daily mover. So daily is Avi, the DeFi project, like older DeFi project, and everything is like simultaneous. And this is what I mean, right? So you have like this flow into the market where sometimes the entire market is just rising. And if you remember just from a couple of minutes ago, this, what you see there with the altcoins being like up a couple of percent, like 10% across the board, this is only this little blip. What do you think is happening if we go up here and then break out to the upside and go to half a trillion altcoin market cap, what do you think is going to happen? Like, some people don't know it, but there will be a time where almost every altcoin does 30 or 50% on a daily basis for a month straight, right? So it's crazy, and the retracements will be also really nasty in this phase. So yeah, and then this is really then the time to take some profits. But now is not the time, in my opinion. Not financial advice at all, but now is not the time for this. And then let's also look at the top 200 here for the altcoins. So you see, it's still shit roulette, right? Because so this is like the cat in the dog's world is up a little bit, like almost 100%. Whereas on the weekly, almost everything is still down, right? From the sell-off that we had. And so you see here, Superverse is up a little bit, yeah. Dog, what is this? This is also another dog meme. Why is this window up there? Okay, this site just broke here on me. Okay, dog is like dog, right? So that's a meme coin. Dog is dog. Yeah. So, and this is also something like, if you're looking at an altcoin with with good fundamentals, and you see that this dog, whatever dog, like there's dog with head, and now it's this dog in a onesie or so. This has a $400 million market cap. This is insane, right? And there will be a time where people get wrecked on the altcoins, and then they will look for like which project is doing well. And then you have stuff that is only sitting at 30 million, or let's say for math's sake, you have a coin that is right now something like Devi, like Metacade, like what is it, Definity or whatever, like all the stuff that you guys are shilling to me on the random on the altcoin streams, sitting at $43 million market cap, and sometimes even way lower, right? That would be a 10x just to go to this, what this meme coin did. Just that this meme coin has no fundamentals. And the problem with this is why meme coins cannot sustain in most meme coins. Some meme coins like SHIB and Doge, they can sustain, like Pepe, they can sustain with big communities and with some things, but most of the coins, they cannot sustain like a development roadmap and bring constantly news and attention to them. So this is why you have to take profits when you're up, I don't know, many X's. You have to take your initial investment plus some profits out so that you're not sad when it's going down, right? So this Turbo looks like a meme coin as well, right? And so this is interesting, right? Let's look a couple of hundred. So here we see really what it is. Like here's Cork Inu, right? Cork Inu, then Apu, all meme coins. Then this is the Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu. This is like the best name I've ever seen for an altcoin. And then also we have Wolf here, right? Land Wolf on Solana. So you will have altcoins on Base, altcoins on Solana, altcoin here, NPC, other non-playable coin, whatever. Like it's still shit roulette. So, and this means the time that we have right now is not for buying these altcoins. Like, I mean, these meme coins, if you are a trader, like a day trader or something with a very short horizon, you can do that. But I would more say it's like, look at this, for example, Pal AI. Like this is a really good project in my opinion, right? I don't have it, but it's fine. It's down 8%. It has half of the market cap, and now I'm getting wrecked on the altcoin stream because I have to go offline now because of the technician. But anyways, guys, wherever you are on the world, have a great morning, evening.